And that's when the problem started. And the youngster standing in front of him really couldn't do much else but just stand his ground. And they've smeared it with a bit of
Vaseline.
Yeah.
Actually, that was a terrific move by Alan Joyce in putting Watts down there, because he was in the reserves and Footscray were going nowhere, and it's been a winner.
He's essentially been a back pocket player apart from this year.
So Watts kicks and has kicked his third. And in fact, Footscray have the only 2 goals in this third quarter, and now the margin creeps back to 18 points.
The game can change quickly. That was a thing for Hawthorn in the first half. They dominated the play, but they weren't a gigantic margin in front. And now Footscray have kicked a couple of goals, and there's only 18 points in it, 3 goals.
And Jason Watts there in the dugout, trying to get that blood stopped. Kicked 3 of their 4 goals. Dunstall's kicked all of Hawthorn's goals. Rowan Smith is down. Ball on the edge of the centre square. Kellett kicks a high ball back towards the half-forward line. Salmon big fists away. Chance for young Leckers. Paddles the ball forward. Martin just sees it go over the line. So 6-10-46 Hawthorn, 4-4-28 Footscray. This is where Smith just cannon into Crawford. So he's getting some attention. Salmon wins the tap. Taylor down to Woods. Has to kick hurriedly back towards the half-forward line. Wallace has kept Hudson in close check. The veteran. First played in 1983. Kicks the ball back where down the field has been paid. Rowan Smith. That stung, he said. Collinook to Kellett, the most determined player last year. So he kicks a long ball. Grickett's their only hope down there. Outmarked by Graham.
Comes wide. Finds Kepler. Comes back onto his favourite left foot. Now goes into a space. Big space. Oh, well done by Wallace. Met it hard. Smith recovered. Gives off the handball. Whips through Darcy's hands. Off the line. Doggies goes through Curley. Kicks the ball forward. 2-on-1 here. And the Hawks should win out. The ball falls in front of the square. Graham picks it up beautifully with one hand. Salmon waits for him. Then Shepherd off Griggage. That's good play. And they go back the other way. This is Taylor. Taylor now comes wingside and finds Luke McKay, the 20-year-old today. Happy birthday, Luke. Youngster from Central Districts. Kicks short and goes to Langford. I've been dying to get that in. Langford kicks. And Hargraves goes back into the middle. Oh, Crawford has a lot of space here. He's dangerous in this situation. Just got his foot again in that mud, so he has to kick to the pack. Goes over the top. Wallace first to recover. Ramiro. Dunstall poleaxes in from the front, and a free kick for a high tackle will go down the ground and will be taken by Collinook.
This game's changed a bit, hasn't it, early in this third quarter? If Footscray can find a way through their forward line, they're probably in the game.
And we talked about that indiscretion. You know, it was a kick from Crummell, and then Harford, that little push, whether it be right or wrong. Just a couple of things like that in the game of footy can quickly change momentum. Cameron kicks the ball long. Crawford comes at it. Really came hard. Recovered beautifully. Gave it off to Harford, back onto the ground. Turns and kicks into the centre-half forward area. There's a free kick. And a free kick down the ground. Harford gets up. Hands in the air. Not sure what's going on.
Rowan Smith has been coming off the ground with the blood wheel. I think it's Rowan Smith, isn't it?
Steve Wallace.
And Hudson's running off.
There's players everywhere coming off. No, Rowan Smith, I think.
It's a double change. Hargraves is coming on, and looks like Chick is going to come on for Hawthorn.
Yeah, so Smith hasn't just having trouble with that blood, and the umpires noticed it. And Paul Hudson comes off, not happy.
Dunstall's keen to take the kick down the field.
He will have to kick this from 50. So, and not a lot of players have kicked that far tonight. although it's been a reasonably mild day in Melbourne for August, as Neil Kelly said earlier. Jason Dunstall, a kick from just 150, just 2 metres inside, runs very close. It's a very high kick. The goal umpire has a good look. The crowd's having behind. It's lucky 7 for Jason.
There has been a couple of times in league football where one player has kicked all the goals for a side, but it's generally when they've only kicked 1 or 2 goals left.
Can you tell me about them, KB? Yeah, 7 goals to Dunstall, 7 goals to Hawthorn. And Hawthorn needed it. Really, the scoreboard had dried up for them until the 17-minute mark of the third quarter. And Footscray was starting just to pressure in general play, certainly, and also on the scoreboard. And again, that undisciplined free kick downfield set it up.
So from that centre bounce, Wine does the tackling. I think the last guy I can remember who kicked an entire score for his club in terms of goals was Mark Arsieri, when he was playing for Carlton against Footscray out of the Western Oval, and he kicked 1 goal with about a minute or so of the game to go when it looked like Carlton were going to be goalless. But 7 goals from one player when the team only kicked 7 is remarkable. Here's Dunstall once more in front. Campbell trying to bundle him over. And the ball is forced over for a boundary throw-in.
One of the things now, he's got 78 for the year, you know. That's
a good effort.
Yeah, 22. They probably need to play in the finals, don't they, for Jason Dunstall to get another 100, you would think.
He also left the field a couple of weeks ago after kicking 4 goals against Richmond at half-time. A couple of other games where he did struggle early in the season when he appeared to be out of form. Hargraves crossed the face of goals.
And I think Dunstall, every time he goes to ground, I think right at the moment he's on his sort of knees or just feeling his knee. I don't think his knee's anywhere near 100%.
Let's go down to the boundary line. Neil Curley.
Yeah, Scotty West will take no further part. He's dressed up with a torn shoulder. Ray Jenke has a back problem, in doubt for the rest of the game, and also young Crummell has a ankle problem.
So a few injured players. We're up in the back pocket for Footscray. It's a hurried kick, and he travels a few metres. Oh, good mark to Ramiro. Take the VC for standing underneath that. Done a pretty good job on Crawford, who's been a damaging player this year. The kick's a poor one and sets it up for Chris Langford. And he's got 50, and he bounces up to his feet. Magnificent performance by Chris Langford. Now he's going to come down into 50 lead. Oh yes, that was a very hard blow. We can see that.
Well, that one I think the umpire might have been con from what I saw in the replay. Nothing much seemed to happen there.
I can remember Merv Williams in old TV ringside days used to say he wouldn't hit a sit cocky off a perch. So Langford, yet to kick a goal this season. This will be a memorable goal, and he's kept it.
Well, isn't particularly in low-scoring type games, or any game for that matter. It's so important not to give the opposition easy goals. And, I mean, Footscray are putting the pressure on Hawthorn, and all of a sudden a free kick down the field, a 50-metre penalty, and 2 goals result to Hawthorn, and they've got 30 points clear again.
It's an amazing situation. Of the Hawthorn 8 goals, the full forward has 7, and the full back, Chris Langford, has the other. Here we go, out of the centre. Taylor kicks on his left foot. Dunstall comes to meet it, and has got it. You almost expect him to get it, don't you, when it goes down there. Just used his body well, shielded the ball, and he's one of those players that not a lot in the competition can actually mark on his chest without someone getting it fished in there.
This has been amazing. I mean, Hawthorn was struggling. They got the kick downfield when Dunstall kicked the goal, and for the last few minutes of play, that just lifted the whole team, and they've dominated this last 5 minutes.
Jason Dunstall will kick from 40 metres, kicks, goal umpire moves across, but it doesn't matter. He has got his 8.